are at the Warbird Museum in Titusville, Florida, and getting ready to do this fire effect. I just wanted to go over some of the means and the ways that we create this fire effect. We have what we call an H burner. Protected, the ground is protected from the fire by these cinder blocks. Basically, what we did was we built this H burner. If you look closely, you'll see the cuts and lines that we made in it for the gas to come out. And it has, you see where the copper comes up. This is for the low fire. We'll see that when we look at the manifold. Just a quick look at our control table here, and we have got a couple manifolds. One is for the bar fire, and it's a two-part regulator. Here's a regulator right here, and it's usually 0 to 100. In this case, we use a 0 to 30. And then we have a like a bypass, where we bypass and we can just go straight off the tank pressure. And then this regulator right here is for the actual high fire on the flame, the actual blast of the flame. We've got everything coming in. It's controlled. The gas in is controlled by a solenoid. This fills the tank. This will fill the tank, and then the solenoid on the tank is the release. And then everything is protected by an E-stop, of course. Power coming into the E-stop. We hit this E-stop, and it'll cut off all power to the rest of the control. I got two 10-foot pipes, solid pipes, that go back to these hoses, which go back to a 30-gallon accumulator. And the copper pipe right here, if you look really closely, it's copper. This is protected from the fire, and this is what gives the low flame on the H bar. And connected to the two tanks is a hose to a 30-gallon accumulator. So a 30-gallon accumulator is pretty simple. We have a gas line coming in. We've got a gas gauge. Tells us how much pressure we have in there. Right now we have 0 pressure. We've got a release valve. It's the solenoid valve, release valve. It's 1.5 inches. And then that gets released to these 2 bars. Goes through the 2 bars, and that's what gives us our high flame. And then everything goes back here, runs along the line here, the gas lines, which are pressure rated and gas rated. They're steel braided lines, and they go back to our, what we call our gas farm right here. And we light everything with a torch. Basically a manual light. It's not a very tricky system. It's just a manual light. You got a 1-pan propane tank. Put it on the edge of a stick, so we can stay away from it and protect ourselves from flare-ups. And we're far enough away from the flame that we'll be protected.